So, it is beautiful out. The fridge is finally quiet. I don't think there's any construction, so we're gonna try to film this video as quick as possible. Struggles of using YouTube as a fun thing to do in your life, but I want to talk about my Samhain plans. Kind of structuring everything out. This is a bit helpful for me as well as this is a fun little video for you, because if I don't do it, well, I'll forget. And then Samhain will happen, I'll be So, first things first. I'm just kind of jumping right into this. I'm just basically making a little bullet list. That's what I do. I just open up my journal. And today I'm gonna do one for the night before and then one for the actual date of Samhain, because if I don't, I'll forget what things I need to prep, right? So the day before is October 30th. It is a Wednesday this year, 2019. So first things first, that day I am getting a tattoo done, so I'm really excited. It is kind of witchcraft themed. It'll be a really great experience for me, especially because it's from the same tattoo artist that did my Persephone tattoo, so I'm very excited. So tattoo will be done, and then it's done around mid-morning. Yeah, so before that, what I want to do is that morning I will wake up super early and I will get a sacred bath and do that. And I really love doing sacred baths around the time. It is a very easy way. If you have a bathtub, you throw some freaking salts in. For me, I will be doing a bath made of herbs along with some bath bombs that I've picked up. A couple of essential oils, you know. I'll probably really set the scene that morning and do a whole ritualistic bath as a way of cleansing myself for the tattoo, and then also cleansing myself for Samhain. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Second thing is then I will eat something that has been blessed. Probably just a really simple, I don't really like eating too much in the morning, period, but I'll do a little pumpkin muffin type of deal and then some coffee, of course. But I want to make sure to bless both of those with some kitchen magic. Eat blessed food. Because I can never not good to go into tattoos with an empty stomach. And then I will get my lovely tattoo that day. And I will have to work. I'm just taking the morning off of work that Wednesday and to get the tattoo done, and then I will be having to finish up my job. You know, get back and actually do what I need to do. And so that'll be a pretty tame thing until the evening time, until I'm officially off of work. Once I do that, I will clean my entire apartment also the night of Wednesday the 30th. It shouldn't be too bad. I just want to make sure there's no dishes in the sink. Floors are swept and mopped, carpet's been vacuumed. I want to make sure there are fresh sheets and stuff on my bed, so maybe a little bit of laundry will have to happen. And then on Samhain itself, depending on how I feel, if I kind of might kick my ass a little bit and wake up a little more earlier, I don't mind the slightly late thing I've been doing as of late. But I think if I want to, maybe the whole week up to, depending on what happens and what will end up shaking down. If it's worth it, then I'll prep all this stuff before I actually, get stuff done. But I would hope to wake up at least semi-early on the morning of Thursday, October 31st. And I want to then do a little bit of really delicious coffee and meditation and a little tarot at the altar. Because unfortunately I will have to work that day, seeing as the tattoo will have to happen the day before. And I just can't take off 2 days in a row. I don't have the time to really do that. So I'll be working most days, but I would love to at least take the morning and really just have it be one of those things where it's just dead silence, not even listen to music. If I can wake up early enough before the rest of my building and even the city kind of wakes up, it'll be just nice and quiet. A nice eerie silence if I can get that. Yes, all of the yes. Then it will be the whole get ready. I might wear all black, I might not, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna wake up that morning and then just see how I feel. Some days I've been very I'm dressed in all black today. It's just a simple black sweater, little flounce on the sleeves with black pants, black boots. But then clearly my makeup is a little more loud with the oranges. So I've been kind of going back and forth with stuff like that about sometimes I'm oh, I want an all black, all depth, all the powerful look, and a bit of glamour magic to help bring that into me. And other days I'm no, I want to have a little variety and stuff, so I don't want to necessarily put down a certain look. And then for midday, for lunch, I want to make sure that I am doing at least a partial meditation to a specific spirit that I work with. I don't necessarily want to focus the Samhain on other spirits or entities at all. I really want to focus it on myself, but I do like to give gratitude at least a little bit to the universe at large during Samhain. That's just something I really enjoy. So giving gratitude specifically to a certain spirit that has been a little bit neglected these couple of months, I think would be really great. So I'll eat a little bit of food and then I'll go back to the altar, sit down and just, you know, do the whole giving of gratitude thing, trying to just focus on my energy and then kind of send it into the vessel. Then once work is done and I'm deigned to leave my apartment, I want to go through a walk through the woods. I would like to do that as soon as freaking possible. There is a trail that's not that far from my apartment. It takes about, I think, 15 minutes, maybe 20-minute walk to get to. So I definitely want to do that if I can. And I want to do it before the sun goes down. It gets a little creepy. Just getting out and do a whole forest bath, nature bath situation in nature. Because one of the main things that I love about being in the Pacific Northwest during this time is the type of nature that's happening. It is so joyful. The rain and fog and the changing of the trees and the chill and the wind and feeling the ability to get all cozy and wear my sweaters and my jackets and eat all the delicious food and not feel like I'm being absolutely ridiculous because it's still 95 degrees outside has been fantastic. And I definitely want to not just spend all of it inside, like I really want to bring that in as part of my thing. And then while I'm out in the woods, if I can, if I remember to, there has been a bunch of leaves changing on the floor. Yes, Kitty, will you be part of it too? Yeah, I think so. She's always one. Like the minute I start doing magic, she's like, you're not just sitting at your altar, you're casting something. I want to play too. I want to be there. And she has to like sit on my lap or be annoying. Don't you? And then I will think if I can like take a couple of leaves, you know, just some things have already fallen off trees, you know, that aren't too like trodden into by people's feet. If I could bring a little bit of the nature from out in to kind of like place at my altar, that would also be really, really great. And then, I want to make sure, actually, let's go back to October 30th on the Wednesday, because at some point I'll have to go check food, possible grocery store run. On the 30th, I want to make sure there's something sweet and delicious, possibly apple themed and or pumpkin themed, aka apple pie, pumpkin pie, some sort of pie thing I want in my house. Doing a whole really delicious meal again at my altar is like, yes. And it'll be interesting because before I've always done like one and then spin to a spirit, you know, kind of like the meal always seemed to be like a gratitude centered thing to certain entities, but instead it is gonna be gratitude and really tapping into like the primordial power. For me is kind of my theme of this year. I feel with Samhain, like that's the thing I'm kind of like really leaning into. So I want to do like a whole gratitude meal, so I want to make sure it's all of the foods for that dinner are all things that I thoroughly enjoy but that also nourish me. So things like Brussels sprouts. I definitely want to do you know, there's a specific dish that was probably the first dish I ever made where I was really, really proud. And it's like nothing fancy. It's literally just like some sort of protein with some cheese and kind of vegetables, like some peppers and some other, and sometimes spinach, all wrapped up into like a croissant roll, and then you bake them. I have not made those in a very long time, so I think I'll do that. They're always delicious and they're easy to make. You just toss all the stuff in there, roll it up, bake it, and it's baked in like 15-20 minutes and you're done. So that would be really delicious to use. And then I also, of course, the delicious pie to have as the dessert, a little bit of savory deliciousness. And I also need to make sure I want to get some sort of red wine, possibly a pumpkin ale, I don't know, we'll see, some sort of alcoholic deliciousness to kick off with a little bit of hedonism funness. The meal for me is what kicks off my actual big Samhain ritual. I want to cleanse out everything energetically. That's the time I will probably cleanse everything, set up my circle, and have the circle kind of encompass the entirety of my apartment because I want to be able to move throughout it a little bit. I then will do a sacred dance session, I guess. I have noticed recently that if there is a certain song or I get a certain level of like energy in me, or if I want to kind of cultivate a really playful fun thing, I will just kind of put on a couple of songs and then start like just dancing around in my living room, but eventually my movements get very, I don't know, weird gesturally that I've never done before, and I've noticed like a very big pickup of energy. And it's when I've done that at times where I suddenly feel a lot more eyes on me. Like it just feels like I'm calling in so much energy and they're like, what are you doing, crazy lady? So I definitely want to do that because I feel like it just like calls in. It makes me feel like all sorts of like just this like sultry powerful, just like, yeah, I got some oomph in me. So a little bit of a sacred dance to call in energy. And then I want to sit at my altar and I want to kind of do what I can to really connect with that primordial, beginning of all time source of void where even creation itself came from. That is kind of where I'm putting my energy to, the idea of tapping into that rope and that connection, I guess. Me, right? I want it feeding directly into me. I want to give it to it and it give back, and it have be this feel into that powerful connection that is purely inherently mine, as it is purely inherently yours from where your creation came from. So I want to focus all my energy then on connecting to that specifically, and with that I want to use my puppet as part of that. So I have been doing a lot of self-love meditations with it. I'm so far really enjoying the puppet magic. There's still a little bit of fear-based mindset with that, but overall I'm going to use the puppet specifically in this spell. I want to do a full grounding of it, and then I'm going to basically use the puppet as a representation of me, focus on my energy on me, and as I feel that connection happening to me, I'm going to use a string or cord that I have found in my apartment among the many things that I have, and I'm going to basically tie it around where I feel like a lot of energy comes from in the puppet or soul. So for me it'd be the chest, and I'm going to envision that cord connecting back and use that as kind of a way to pull on the things, right? And then see what energies and stuff I can kind of draw in for the conclusion of the past year and into this year, and just like really be like, all right, we did a lot of really crazy shit the last year, and all the way through there was so much change and so much good stuff, and I want to do the same thing, just amplified even more. I want to, as I said in my shadows video, kind of push past even that stuff. I don't want just good and like really happy. I want fucking fantastic brought in, and I deserve that, and I'm going to pull it all in as best I can through the power that is naturally mine. So that is hopefully what I am hoping to conduct and manifest, and then I will close out that ritual, and then while the energy is still kicking up in my circle that I put all around my apartment and everything else, I will then call in my deities, give them some gratitude in the very last little bit, and then I will pull my year ahead spread for the next full year, going from October to October. If you haven't seen it already, I did a review of last year's, if it was accurate or not, so you can go click on that if you're so interested. But yeah, those are kind of my Samhain plans. I will then imbibe in the lovely alcoholic beverage and some sweets to kind of reground down, thank the whole crazy magicalness of this year, and then release all that manifestation out as I release my circle, and then go to bed and wake up and it will be November. So those are my plans so far for my Samhain ritual. What are yours? If you feel comfortable sharing that, please put it down below, or you know, different things that you have done, different Samhains. How have you adapted and changed? Is this a big like big gathering for you? I always have been very isolated just because I haven't found anyone who has been that eager to do anything with me on actual Samhain, and I don't know if I'd actually want someone to celebrate with Samhain. Like maybe if I have like a romantic partner who's like totally into it as much as I am, that would be fun, but it is a very really nice solitary thing for me. So anyway, this is part of Youtober, so we're still doing a video every single day this month, and so I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.